together, but they were like close friends, and we still are. Even to this day, we are still together. We still connect with each other. Subsequently, company became very successful. Everybody had their own ideas. The multiple projects got started, and DEC went through a disaster towards the tail end of its career, DEC's career, and nothing but there are all aspects of bad rapport with team members, with subordinates, with fights, with whatever, with power grabbing, whatever the issues are. They all existed there, and DEC had a terrible set of products, unfortunately, for a period, and that really doomed them. DEC had a PC called Robin, if some of you remember. It was a disastrous product, and the reason was because the team that was putting that together never play together. So team that plays together, works together, gives the best product. So those of you who want to start good team, who want to become a good entrepreneur and kind of make your products and company successful, pay very close attention to the team. Pay very close attention to the first 5, 6, 8 members that you stitch together, because they in turn will educate the 6 others that you would hire, and they in turn will educate the 10 others they would hire, and there is a culture that you would build. What is accepted, what is not accepted. Intel Corporation, to give an example. People say Intel Corporation is very confronting, very right to in your face, and was a very paranoid company at one time. Reason is because Andy Grove had that personality. He was a very highly driven individual, and he always suspected anything that was told to him. He was always questioned in a correct way. He is a paranoid in a correct way, and that kind of instilled. Those who did not believe in that fell apart and left the company. And the success of Intel is Andy Grove, because Andy pulled together that team, and he gave the team the vision, he gave them the leadership, and he gave them the camaraderie that was necessary for people to think alike. Very crucial, very important.
Thanks, Prakash. Did you move to entrepreneurship after digital, or did you work somewhere else after digital?
I think, look, like I said, entrepreneurship is a vritti, it's in nature.
Right.
Okay, so it's not. So when I was at DEC, in the beginning I was just a lonely individual contributor, but the company did very well. And what I did is what is called as entrepreneurship, not entrepreneurship. So inside the company was very open. They said if you come up with an idea and you have an idea that you can build a product, company will write you a blank check. Except you could never go out and sell the stock and become rich. But the company gave you the opportunity to build a group within. So I built 3 different divisions inside the company, starting from the scratch to hundreds of millions of dollars. So when I came out of digital and I went into the into our outside world, to me there are lots of parallels that I learned inside. Okay? Give an example. When you start entrepreneurship, to some extent is finding a direction out of confusion and finding the way around. So let me tell you how it works. We are all living in Russia in 1960s, say, 1960s Russia, and you want to make a potato leek soup. So you go to the supermarket. Only what is available today in the market is potatoes. There is no leeks, there is no cream, there is no spices. What do? You go and hoard the potatoes. Now, you're owners of potatoes, you start trading the potatoes with those who have leek, those who have cream, those who have whatever. In a big corporate, those kinds of things happen. Give an example. When I started a group inside the company, the legal department reports into the legal chain all the way to the president. There, even though we carry the same badges, they don't necessarily listen to you. Same thing with finance. You are an engineering or you are a product line person. Those of you who have worked in a big company will recognize what I'm telling you. They don't report to you. They have their own bosses. Their dotted line may be reporting to you. They don't have to do what you suggest. So what do? So El Safelo was a head of legal, and the group that I started had lots and lots of contracts that I had to sign. His people would come to work at 9 o'clock, go home at 6 o'clock. They could least bother whether the contract got out or not got out. They got their salary. Right? What do you do? So I go to Al and I said, Al, I see you are using the old DEC terminals and your system looks really old. He said, yeah, because you engineers, pointing me, get all the best and the best equipment, biggest and the best equipment that company produces first. And then whatever is rejected, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, we get it. So okay, I'll fix the problem for you. Because I had no problem being an engineering director. I could get any greatest engineering equipment that company produced. So I took bunch of wax machines, okay, and I replaced his entire system, 3 or 4 systems. I gave him the systems. I discounted them on my cost center. I said it's only hosted there. Okay, so they're my system, they're on my books. But he's now enjoying the benefits of the latest and greatest systems. We're in the same company, okay? But nobody figured this out. What happened is everybody would come to me and say, what is with you with the legal group? How the heck did you get all these contracts through? And we have been fighting with them for months and we never get right time of the day. And they're kind of working for you. Overtime, what are you doing? See what I mean? Potato leek soup. I could hold the computers and I had traded the computers inside the company. Entrepreneurship is about understanding the strengths that you have and how do you utilize that strength to build what you don't have.
Sounds good. You have been involved in more than 30 or 40 companies. Started some, Angel. What's your, I mean, you said that good product, good team, good product. You'll find your way out. Could you tell us a few things about these companies, because you have a very strong success streak in those companies, one after another. So, what were the other things that you found there, and were there some external factors that affected? Was it the team always? Was it the product always? Or you always came with a great idea and a great team?
I wish. I mean, I can play Monday night quarterbacking for Sunday's game and tell you, don't listen to anybody that tells you. Nobody. It doesn't work that way. Okay. The very first thing, it's a 51% luck and 49% hard work. Don't ever confuse with anything else. But 49% is true. Don't go saying 90% luck and 10% hard work or vice versa. It is 51% luck and 49%. You have to be at the right place at the right time. Silicon Valley happened in the early 90s. But if you have to understand why it happened. I can tell you why it happened. But those who were there, largely people did great. Now, it's like 200 years ago in Europe, there was a period, it was called Renaissance period, you might have heard of it, right? The world's most famous sculptors, artists, musicians, they all Bach and all the names here. Does that mean the rest of the world was bankrupt? No. Those people were there at that period when that thing was taking place, when that environment was taking place. So most of the Silicon Valley successes that you hear, largely are a factor of right place at the right time. Now let's talk about the hard work part. But that was important. Let's talk about the hard work part. The hard work part is, and what you learn is you make all the mistakes that you make in the first, second, third, and you learn from those mistakes. And you start kind of correcting yourself in terms of what you did last time. Next time you may avoid that, but something else will happen. You can never guess. Okay. So there are once I had done first, second, third, which were my first company that I went to Silicon Valley with. Ended up one of the biggest success stories. I came out of digital and I joined a company with a bunch of people who developed a compression algorithm to do the compression of data compression